Hi everyone, I just wanted to make this video because I wanted to share a couple things with you. Last year, after I had my first dream, I had two more dreams after that I didn't share. And I didn't share them because, I didn't know if I should. And at that time, I was kind of letting some of the negative things that were happening to me affect my decisions that I was making. Like, just people making, when you're a Christian, people treat you different. And when you're truly being a Christian and you tell people the truth, people treat you bad for that too. So I was letting that get to me, and I shouldn't have. But I want to share these dreams with you because I just realized something the other day, and it was really shocking to me about my first dream. But I want to share my second two dreams with you um, because I feel like they're very important too. But okay, all right. One of the dreams I had, um, I was in this, uh, I was in this like pretty much it was an all silver room on the inside. There was metal like the metal tables, metal beds, everything, but it was kind of like a prison, but it wasn't a prison. It was like, I don't know. I knew everybody in there was Christian, so in my opinion, it was a concentration camp for Christians. But whenever I was in there, there was two big windows at the front of the room, and I was like wondering, why am I in here? I started trying to look out the windows to see if I could see anything, and as I'm trying to look out the windows to see if I can see anything, these men in all black come in, and they tell us to all line up. So we all line up beside each other, and they pick this one man out. And for some reason, he never said he was a Christian. I never even talked to anybody, but I knew that he was a Christian. And whenever he took that man aside, he was trying to get him to denounce Jesus and to denounce his faith, and the man wouldn't do it. So he took this thing. It kind of reminded me of those cattails that they used to beat the slaves with. They had like a bunch of little leather straps on them, and then at the end of the thing that he beat the guy in the face with, it had little pieces of like spiked glass or rock or something like that, and he was like hitting it, and it was tearing his face up really, really super bad. And then because this dream happened so long, I can't remember every part, but I can remember very significant parts, so I'm just going to tell you the parts that I remember. But then next, I remember after the men went away, then a little later they came back. And whenever they came back, they had us all lined up again. And they brought in these little children. And the children were all in orange. And I don't think we were in orange. I can't remember if we were in orange or not. But the children were in orange for sure. And they took the children, and they were, in my dream, they were teaching the children how to behead people. They were training the children to behead Christians. They took the children in, and they lined us up, and they let the children pick this man out. And when they picked this man out, they laid him on one of those metal tables that they had in the rooms with us. And the table had some kind of extension thing on it, and they stretched his neck out, and they were going to behead him. And right before that, I woke up. Okay, so my second dream that I had was, I was in this school, and something was about to go down. I knew something was about to go down. And so I told me and my friends, I can't remember who it was, but it was just like people from around the general area that I live. But I'm like, okay, we got to get out of here. There's something bad's going to happen. I knew it was like the end of the world or something. So we go back to my trailer where I used to live. And we start gearing up and everything. Well, we leave. And then the next thing that I remember is that I'm walking down the streets. And as I'm walking down these streets, I'm looking around, and I see all these big white carpool things. Like, they're on the ends of the streets, and there's military people. And inside of the carpools, the military people they were stopping the cars that were driving through. They were having them get out of their cars, and then they were asking them to take the chip. They were saying, take this chip. And I saw some people that were taking the chip, and I saw some people that were saying no, and as soon as they said no, they blew their freaking head off. They just blew it off. And then, as I was walking around one of those big white things, on the side of it, it had a big FEMA logo on it in blue. And then it said FEMA underneath of it. And that really scared me because we all know that FEMA is corrupt. You don't go to FEMA. If there's a natural disaster, don't go to FEMA. Trust God. He will keep you safe. He will hold you down. He will provide for you. Do not go to FEMA. But those are the 2 dreams that I had last year. Okay. Well, remember the first dream that I had on my channel? If you haven't seen it, then maybe you could check it out. But my first dream was about me going into my old high school, having a chip in my hand, scanning it to go into the door. And I said I had my friend with me whose name was Devin and started with a D, and how I watched a video that another lady did who had a person in her dream that had the same, like Devin's name started with a D and his last name was Martin, and the definition for Martin was like swift uplifting, and then it talked about the type of songbird that it was. So I feel like that could have been like a rapturous thing because of swift uplifting, you know. But anyway, I said if you, instead of saying A, B, C, D, and you say January, February, March, April, like that could be a sign, right? Well, I was looking at these solar eclipses because I've really been paying attention to them because how they're strategically placed 7 years apart from each other. And then after the first solar eclipse that we had the Revelation 12 sign. So I feel like those are very significant celestial signs that are showing us that either we're in the tribulation right now or the tribulation is fast approaching. I think, in my personal opinion, we could possibly be in the tribulation because don't you think that God would set a marker for that, for his people to know? And how we have 2 solar eclipses, and solar eclipses are a sign of judgment on a nation, and we have them 7 years apart? Pretty ironic. But anyway, the last solar eclipse that we're supposed to have is on April 18th or 13th or something like that, 2024. I can't remember the exact date, but it's in April. And I was like, whoa, because Devin's name and how I was talking about that whole January, February, March, April thing, I'm like, that is crazy because, you know, the last solar eclipse that we're going to have is in April. So, guys, I feel like Jesus is coming really soon. He is. It's scary and amazing, but we need to stay strong. We need to trust in him, and we need to follow after him, and we need to pray for the strength and the courage and endurance to deal with any and everything that we have to do, because we might have to die for our faith. The lawlessness in the world is becoming so corrupt. People love the wrong things and they hate the right things. And if you tell them that they're not right, they hate you for telling them that. And they truly do. But stay strong, guys, because Jesus is coming soon and you don't want to miss that for the world. But that's all I wanted to say, and I hope you really enjoyed this video. You have a great day. God bless you.